You are listening and watching to a very special podcast. Here we have more on Katrina Salvatore. And also, you get to see more of Benjamin Hallows and what he does. Boy, things are about to get pretty crazy. You guys think you can handle it? Anyway, yeah. Let's do this. It had been a while since the incident, but Katrina could not stop thinking about those nightmares. The ones with her father, surrounded by fire, darkness, brimstone, sulfur, the most excruciating. Katrina just wanted her father to just die in peace, to maybe go somewhere better, not to be punished because of all the abuse. She was having a hard time believing that her father was in a better place, perhaps paying for the sins he caused. Katrina lost sleep. She never slept much. The guilt haunted her. Luckily, Frigga managed to see her own friend's pain and decided to maybe treat her to a stop by the beach, her little beach house. Although the beach house was not very little, it was huge and very nice to stay in. The calming of the ocean, the beautiful waters, it's something that Katrina was going to have for a while, until maybe she can get her senses back. It wasn't like she was insane, but the guilt was really bringing her down. But she wasn't going to be there by herself, though. The others will join. However, while she was waiting, she always felt at ease here, then back at the headquarters. She always felt so calm. That is, until one day she saw it. Somebody was crawling, or trying to, but parts of their legs were gone, and there was only bleeding stumps and what's left of their face, or half of it. This shocked Katrina to no end, and she managed to call for help. When they tried to get him in, he tried to attack them, as he turned out that he can now be an infestation, and his once bleeding stumps had grown into bendable legs, bendable joints of arms and other limbs. And his spine was protruding, and he was turning into some sort of infestation. It was a different type, though. Type 2. More powerful, more indestructible, more advanced. Katrina and the others couldn't believe it, so they managed to kill the beast while it was still down. Now that there was such havoc around, Katrina felt very, very troubled. It wasn't until something occurred for Katrina where she learned that she was going to have a partner with her. There wasn't anything wrong with her, it was just because, well, she needed someone to come close to, since she had been shutting out everyone. So she accepted. In her agonizing state, while she was crying for a little bit, she was visited by someone who turned out to be a kind-hearted, caring, strong-willed, and sweet person who went by the name of Enya. Not Anya, Anya. Anya was different than the other friends. She became quite close to Katrina and helped her out with any way she could. However, Katrina was always assigned to missions. This was different. Anya was not supposed to be a agent. She was supposed to be like a living emotional crutch. While not being treated as a thing and more like a person, the two of them became close friends, and Anya became very understanding to Katrina's deeds as an agent. So Katrina and the others went on their mission to a clock tower. Katrina entered the clock tower to see that it was all full of gears, huge gears, to work into the clock tower, into the machinery. She looked down to see the staircase after she climbed up so many steps. That's when she heard the infestations coming in. She called out to her team, "Guys, get ready. Here they come." They came in. The battle began as they were slayed all these other infestations. However, all events became quite dark and mysterious, troubled and very much more broken for these infestations being taken out. Only a few remained that were coming in. One of them said, "You kept us waiting, Agent Salvatore. Have you ever been taught any manners for what you've done in your line of your lifetime? Are you trying to use that tactic with me because of the tragedy? I never get over something like this, but I'm doing better. What happened, yes, was my fault, but I'm learning into consideration and maybe helping those that went through my pain." The infestations continued to taunt, but Katrina was not quivering. That is, until one of them said, "Your father was surely going to get you, going to murder you." "You seem to have been quite a troublesome to him. He wanted to gut you like a pig, like a little fish, and gouge out your guts. But you killed him anyway, and now he's dead and possibly burning in hell." "He was trying to kill me. I was trying to defend myself," Katrina said through the emotion, but the infestations said, "You unspeakable murderer! It's because of you, because of what happened to your father. You were the one to kill him. Now that his body has become broken and burning, his soul is going into a great dimension of inferno. He had faced the judgment, and now he is sentenced to the world down below. You are safe upon the surface of the earth, free to roam, while your father is in the most horrendous place of terror and torment and pain and suffering, and in the most excruciating pain without water or anything else to give him comfort." This broke down Katrina a lot. "No, no, no," she said, crying. Then she felt someone next to her. Katrina looked up. Lunatic," she managed to say through her weeping. Lunatic said, "Katrina, all you need to do is give me the commands." The infestation continued to taunt, saying things like, "Burn it out! Burn it out!" That's when Katrina couldn't take it anymore and she cried out, "Lunatic! Burn them! Burn all these bastards! I want them all to die." Katrina was saying. With his bow and arrow, his fiery flames of arrows, he aimed his targets. As he said, "Burn into nothing. The hand of Thanatos calls out for you," said Lunatic. He fired the fiery arrows. He hit each and every one infestation that cried out in agony. Even Katrina, it seemed like she could feel their pain, but it wasn't like that. She was just crying and kicking and screaming as she was losing herself. Then she pulled something out of her pocket. It was a knife as she began stabbing herself. "Katrina," Lunatic said, reaching over, "leave me alone. Why can't I die? Why can't I die?" "Katrina, don't you remember? It's your gift. You're supposed to have that healing factor." "Well, why can't I gouge it out of me? Why is it still there? I don't want it anymore. I don't want it," Katrina said through her tears, and she kept screaming. The knife was digging deeper until somebody threw the knife away and restrained her. She looked around her to see a gentleman was there. Even another one was right next to her side. Both of them were each at her sides, stopping her and restraining her from going any further. "Who are you? What do you want with me?" Katrina exclaimed. "Stop this now," the gentleman said. "Please. This isn't like you to do this." Listen to me. I don't know much about you, but you have to calm down, please. Calm down. Calm yourself. Everything's going to be just fine. Katrina did. "I'm sorry." "Are you bleeding that bad?" the young man said. "No, I have a healing factor. I'll be just fine." "All right, but just in case, I just want to..." "Oh, it's already healed?" Katrina didn't hear the rest of what the guy was saying because she passed out. That's it for now, but don't worry, we got more on Katrina Salvatore. Alright, see you next time. Bye!